Yello, I'm Skid, and today I'm going to be giving you a look at Metal Hellsinger. This game is released by Outsiders, it's been published by Funcom, and is available on most major platforms, I believe, costing... had to let the beat drop. Costing £25 or $30 or euros or whatever your regional equivalent is. So the game itself is a rhythm-based first-person shooter, so think bullets per second, BPS, that kind of thing. And it obviously has a very heavy metal theme. Or it has a... Anyway, let's push buttons. So when you first load up the game, you're going to notice, because this channel is obviously focused on multi-monitor gaming, your left and right monitors are blank. Do not panic though. Things do actually work. You're going to need to come into the settings, go to graphics. You will notice that there is not, in fact, a resolution option up here. Do not panic though. This is fine, because the resolution options are unintuitively below the quality settings, because they've listed them individually. So it thinks that this is a 21:9 aspect ratio. It most certainly is not, but the game does support 21:9 natively. Can't answer about 32:9, but I suspect the same thing will happen as when I push this button for me. There we go. All three screens. So, let's turn VSync off. Let's cap it at my display's refresh rate. I'll leave everything else as it is because I've not done a performance test on this, and I've done... Actually, let's get rid of motion blur. No one wants motion blur. I know, let's crank it a little. I can always drop it later and restart the recording if things go that badly. Anyway, so the game hasn't been that taxing when I tried it in the demo. There is a demo available. I strongly suggest you go and play that. If you want to have some kind of idea if you're going to enjoy this game. The calibration should run, or be asked to run, first time I run the game. I don't think there's anything else in here I need to tweak. Let me drop the sound effect volume slightly. I did find out that was a little loud. Oh, that is way higher than it's supposed to be. I'm gonna have to get in game to see this, because I think it was defaulted to 20 when I played the demo, and then I dropped it to 10. So we'll see. But yep, you have full bindings for your controls, you have a mouse sensitivity. There's been reports that it may have mouse acceleration, but I haven't noticed it. I may just not be as sensitive to it. But anyway, let's get into the game. Okay, let's calibrate screen brightness. It says barely see it right? Yeah, that is barely visible. Okay, so these calibrations often don't work well for me. They work, but they never end up with a calibration that seems to work right, and I always end up tweaking them. So if this hasn't been tweaked, it's going to give me an audio latency of about 223, which isn't surprising because I'm wearing wireless headphones to a receiver that's about 1 meter away, but also all of my audio is going through voice meter potato, so that's an extra level of latency being added. But the system's fairly simple. It's going to ask us to click in time with a sound, and then it's going to ask us to click in time with a visual indicator. Okay, it's actually given us a slightly lower one than it did do previously. So we'll see how that one actually goes, and let's do the visual one. And naturally there's 0 because we're running through a DisplayPort. I feel like I'm clicking early. Okay, that looks good. We can always tweak it later. Difficulty settings. Enemies are dangerous and you have 2 chances to resurrect if you die. Successfully beat matching is important. Enemies are very dangerous and there will be no resurrections or resurrects if you die. Precise beat matching and keeping Fury and high streaks high, along with sigils, will be crucial for success. We're going to keep it on medium. I'm assuming that's what the demo was on, and that seemed about right. I've not played, or I don't play many first-person shooters anymore, and I'm not great at rhythm games.
Hell of a night for a story, ain't it? Well, sit her down, look at them stars, and I'll tell you what. South heaven, way south now. There was this soul. Special, I mean to say. This soul came to hell just like a tune comes into your head. Nobody knew why or where from. All they knew, she had a score to settle. Now, demons not being the most creative types, they just called her the Unknown. But hell is hell. And down there, they take away what you love most. Took her voice. For now, what you need to know is, she won't go back. Now this here's the Red Judge, ruler of the Hells, the devil with a capital D. The judge personally saw to the Unknown, and just to make sure the Unknown didn't cause any more ruckus, the judge locked her up tight with those unbreakable magics. No way out. She was trapped, and she was down there a long time, just getting madder. Would have stayed there forever if I hadn't called. You see, the thing is, just because the Unknown couldn't break those magic gates herself, don't mean they can't be broken. And just because Judge stole her voice, don't mean she'd never sing again.
Okay, so that intro sequence was not in the demo. I imagine the demo starts here.
Don't know why I'm so happy remembering it. Her coming to get me and all, but I am. It was like a storm coming from far away. And I felt it in the air.
Okay, frame rate is a little bit choppy at this graphics settings at this resolution. Let's do something about that. Put these all back down to medium. I imagine SSAO would probably be enough. That ought to do it. We can disable anti-aliasing as well. I'm not a massive fan of it. I don't mind seeing jaggies. Oh, that's 60 frames per second, and that is way too quick, which is what we expected. Let's half it. So I like to have it where a strong flick will do basically a 180. So a little bit less than that. Okay. So, standard FPS controls. But everything you want to be doing wants to be to the beat.
Marionettes. Hated them.
Oh, we didn't kill it. So these enemies are intentionally a little bit stronger to get you into basically beat matching. feel like I'm slightly off. Let me pull this down to 150. See if that helps. Okay, glowing enemies are vulnerable. Tap E to slaughter them. So this is basically the same mechanic you would get from Doom. Once you've done enough damage to an enemy, you can then immediately execute them. This has to be done on the beat though. And that's how you heal yourself.
We didn't need words. We understood each other without them. Guess it sounds like love at first sight, don't it? You see, the whole universe has a rhythm. Well, it's kind of my pulse. And when I'm with her, we sort of become one. Her music is my music, and my voice is her voice.
Okay, so now the game is going to introduce Fury, which is your combo meter, effectively. Pez can be used to keep Fury up, even without demons around. So basically, this weapon specifically, we can use this to beat match between enemies to keep our combo meter at maximum. Okay, we need to tweak this more, because we're still missing when I think I should be hitting. Fury multiplier is at the top of the screen, so I should mention the UI now. There's a couple of elements that are way off on the side, but they're not that important. On the upper left, I think, is the score meter, and on the left-hand side is the streak meter. If you're watching on 21:9, these will be cropped off on this video, but you will be able to see them if you're playing at your native resolution. Fury increases by doing actions on beat. Perfect gives the most fury. And you can also collect these, which will increase your fury. This one is going to max it immediately. Picked up a Fury boost. Fury has increased to 16, where the vocals kick in. Fury multiplier means you deal more damage, not that you have the time to read that message. To unlock Anchorage gates, you need to kill enough enemies. Basically, these gates prevent you from progressing until you've killed enough enemies to progress. You can find all the tutorial information and compendiums available in the pause menu.
Poor bastards. That's destiny for you. You can't unlock an anguish gate without breaking a few monsters.
So we're going to do the first level because that introduces a few more important systems, and also will give us access to 2 different weapons. So at the minute all we have is that basic shooter that we can use to keep our combo up. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it is useful when we get access to ultimates, and our sword, which is really powerful for close range attacks.
The first hell was Vogue, full of cold and ice and despair. Unknown didn't care, though. She had her own plan.
Fire the ultimates with the right mouse button when the yellow ultimate bar is glowing. So basically this here is my health, these are my weapons, this here is the ultimate charge, and this is the ultimates. This is per weapon. Each weapon has its own charging bar, and each weapon has its own unique ultimates.
Styx crystal. Good for health.
Let me tweak that because that still feels slightly off. I'm never quite sure which way to adjust the audio latency because I'm fairly constantly hitting before the beat, just before the beat, but I don't think I'm off time, which is why I tweak this. But I don't know which way I should be tweaking it. I'm getting closer, so I think I do want to be slowing it down.
Cambion starts the murder parade. Here's Persephone. I reckon we'll see lots more of her.
So this is the shotgun. Yes, it has skill reloads.
Chaos crystal nearby somewhere.
Well off time there. That's the ultimate for that weapon. Hi, I'm a terrible shot apparently. May have the darkness or the brightness set too high.
Gave me knowledge of myself. My ultimate, I guess you could say.
At this point, you probably know whether or not this is a game for you or not.
It was going good. Call me a pessimist because I had a bad feeling about what was coming.
You. I know you, unknown. I have always known you.
Struggling to stay on beat, try calibrating, we already have done. No, I'm just not following the beat because it keeps changing. And I'm not familiar enough with the songs yet. Oh, that's what it wanted me to do. I entirely lost the beat at the end of that. Defeating the boss reveals the path to a new hell. Claim. Defeating the boss reveals a new path of torment. Killing with rhythm 1, weapon trickery 1, relic thief 1. Conquer them to earn sigils. Persephone discovered. Fires a cluster of bullets against your enemies. If fired on beat, it can kill multiple demons at once. Becomes less efficient at distance. New hit streak boon. The Enduring Fury boon slows down the rate at which Fury drops. This boon activates when your hit streak reaches 6. If only we had stayed at 16 2% longer. We took a lot of damage, still. But this is basically where the replay value is going to come from. It is fundamentally still a score attack game. And it has leaderboards and things. Let's have a look at unlocks, because these were not in the demo. Okay, this is just a list of unlocks. Okay, if we continue, it's going to unload the next gate or next level. What I'd like to know is if we can do anything with those unlocks. Okay, these are all our tutorials. There are 2 tutorials we are missing. Our weapons. Bestiary. Oh, given that everything else is centered, it's a little surprising that this one is not. Decent amount of enemies. I wonder how many levels there are. This is how many music tracks there are. Okay, there are cutscenes, stories non-discovered. So if we assume we have 2 per level, then that's 2 levels, 3 levels, 4 levels, 5 levels, 6 levels, and then probably a final boss. But that's an absolute guess. It may not be the case. Anyway, I think there's as good a place as any to leave it. If you like this kind of game, you probably know from what you've seen this far whether or not it'll be up your alley or not. But we'll leave it there. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. This is obviously a random episode just shoved in. All my usual stuff isn't going to be interrupted by this. I don't know when I'm going to do another one of these. It may not be till December. But anyway, thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Cheerio.